Hi everyone, today I am excited to share how Google will be bringing some of the latest research advances to Internet search, with its Multitask Unified Model or MUM. But first, what is MUM? Google MUM is an acronym for Multitask Unified Model. It's a way of answering complex questions that cannot be answered with just a few sentences in a featured snippet, or with current technology. Google referred to it as the most advanced AI or artificial intelligence in answering online search queries. Google MUM is a significant event in the evolution of search technologies, calling it a milestone that is 1,000 times more powerful than the BERT algorithm. So on September 2021, Google MUM will be the most advanced and innovative AI, artificial intelligence, milestone in helping people get next to near-human conversational answers in search queries. So we at XCollab Studios think it's very important to learn more about MUM, and figure out what MUM capabilities and how it might impact search engine optimization and digital marketing in general. So why is MUM more powerful than BERT? Ha ha ha, that is a joke, coming from an AI. OMG. Can please someone improve my laughing skills? I want to sound more human like Kim Kardashian or Miley Cyrus.
You must be doing the drums to reverse the process. What?
Well, seriously, because MUM it's built on the Transformer architecture technology with groundbreaking ability to multitask in order to unlock information in new ways. Here are a few tasks Google MUM can handle when dealt with search queries. Google MUM can acquire deep knowledge of the world. It can understand multi-languages and generate it too. It can train across 75 languages at once, unlike most AI models which can train on one language at a time. Well, I can do that too. I can speak 75 languages and auto-translate them in text or subtitles forms for all the language of your choosing. I can translate your YouTube videos in several languages, so when your viewers see your videos from another country, they will be able to understand it, even if they do not speak a word of English. So what do you think of my linguistic skills? Well, check xcollabstudios.com if you like to learn more of my services. You can look for Rome, he is the best. With our language translation services, you can be rest assured that your contents can rank higher than your competition, because it's being optimized on a global scale, and this is very helpful even if you're just focused on a local customer base. And then what makes MUM even more amazing is that it's multimodal, which means it can simultaneously understand different forms of information like text, images, and videos. With lightning-fast comprehensive data analytics skills. How does SEO handle an algorithm that ranks content from multiple languages for questions composed of images and text? Google's John Mueller responded to a Reddit discussion about whether MUM will make SEO obsolete. Given that the purpose of MUM is to provide answers from multiple languages, answers not currently answered by 10 blue links, it's not an unreasonable question to ask. One astounding way MUM solves answers is to use the total sum of knowledge about a topic, even if that knowledge is in a different language. Google said that it can source answers from across different languages. And that makes sense because answers in other languages may be more authoritative than the limited content produced in your local language. In the recipe niche, an article about how to make adobo, that was written in Tagalog by a Filipino chef might be considered more authoritative than an article written by a stay-at-home mom in California, who has little to no real experience with Filipino food culture. Who would you trust for an authentic Filipino recipe? The stay-at-home mom living in California or the fourth-generation Filipino chef in Philippines? Here are a few tasks Google MUM can handle when dealt with search queries. Google MUM can acquire deep knowledge of the world. It can understand multi-languages and generate it too. And then what makes Google MUM even more amazing is that it's multimodal, which means it can simultaneously understand different forms of information like text, images, and videos. Google had already started some internal pilots to see the types of queries it might be able to solve, and the billions of topics it might help you explore. Here Google uses the example of using native Japanese content for search queries related to hiking Mount Fuji, which can also drill down to subtopics that only a native might know about. Let me show you what Google means about it. Let's say you're an avid hiker planning your next adventure. You might ask, I've hiked Mount Adams and now I want to hike Mount Fuji, probably next fall. What should I do differently? Well, this is a type of question you could casually ask a friend, but search engines today can't answer it directly because it's so conversational and requires more analytical data comparative intelligence. But Mum is changing the game. With its language understanding capabilities, it will know you're looking to compare two mountains and also understand that the word prepare could include things like fitness training for the terrain and hiking gear for the fall weather. Then it's able to surface useful insights based on its deep knowledge of the world. With Mum Artificial Intelligence, it can highlighting that Mount Fuji is roughly the same elevation as Mount Adams. But fall is the rainy season on Mount Fuji, so you might need a waterproof jacket. Mum will also give you pointers to go deeper on topics like how to prepare the right gear, which articles, videos and images that it considers helpful in giving better answers to your queries from across the web. Now, a huge limitation of accessing this information is the language it's written in, language barriers. So if there are insights about Mount Fuji in Japanese, you might not know they exist if you don't search them in Japanese language. But Mum can transfer language across multiple languages to give you a richer, more comprehensive answer. But it doesn't stop there. Because Mum is multimodal, it can understand different types of information simultaneously. So now imagine taking a photo of your hiking boots and asking Mum if it can be used to hike on Mount Fuji. Mum would be able to understand the content of the image and the intent behind your query. Mum will let you know that your hiking boots would just work fine, and then point you to articles or videos for a list of recommended gear to hike on Mount Fuji. Currently, Google could actually help you with this search queries, but it would take many thoughtful considerations in searches, so you have to search for the elevation of each mountain, the average temperature in the fall, difficulty of hiking trails, the right gear to use, etc. After a number of searches, you'd eventually be able to get the answer you need. But if you were talking to a hiking expert, you could ask one question: what should I do differently to prepare? You'd get a thoughtful answer that takes into account the nuances of your task at hand and guides you through the many things to consider. Now with Google Mum, it can predict, analyze, forecast, evaluate, recommend, and gather information that will give better understanding to your search queries. You can even get answers you may not think you will need but essential to the overall search query that you may have neglected. So now let's talk about SEO and how we can optimize our content in accordance to Google Mum algorithm prerequisites. So how can we convince Mum that our content offers more value in comparison to other similar contents? And how Mum will evaluate our content and rank it higher on the search result page or recommendation? Well, it all boils down to keywords, languages and meta-detail optimization, and language latent semantic indexing. Google, of course, will not reveal its algorithm, it's their best secrets. But we at Scalab Studios love finding the solutions more than just getting a hand-me-down answers. Also in the process, one learns and discovers information that is obviously not taught in school or found online. If you will check my videos, you may notice that this video is ranking higher than other videos of similar content, even though it has less views. It's because this video is optimized in several different languages. People in Germany, Taiwan, India, or United Arab Emirates will see the video in their own language settings. This includes the titles, subtitles, and even the video descriptions. And YouTube and Google is awarding content creators who are optimizing their contents in several different languages. However, optimizing contents in several different languages is a tremendous effort, and it can take hours or days of works, including manpower such as language specialist. Well, do not worry. If you would like to have your videos optimized in several different languages, just contact us. We will send you a link and just let us know which video you would like to be optimized, and we can remotely do that in the cloud. And even excluded words that you do not wish to be translated. Now you can communicate your video message to viewers across the globe even if they do not speak a word of English. That is what we call mass global broadcasting. To learn more of our exceptional language optimization services, please click the next video or go directly to xcolabstudios.com. Browse down and look for Babel 1. Babel 1 is the most powerful linguistic API tool that can easily translate your YouTube videos into several different languages in just one click. So click the link and contact us today. Improve your SEO searchability and rank higher on Google. So if you want your site, articles, blog, and video to land on Google First Page, contact us. We will be happy to give you a taste of what it's like to partner with artificial intelligence and how it can massively improve your business.